All right, and you live here in New Orleans?
Yes, I do.
All right, so we're talking about health care access issues in the region. And do you have health insurance? Or you
I have health insurance, but back here in New Orleans East, there's nothing for us.
no hospital?
Absolutely nothing. And it has been like that since Katrina. We have been promised, but there is nothing here for us, believe me. And that include the clinic they say that they have on Reed Boulevard. Because I went there myself and had an injury. Couldn't work with me. I had to go see my primary doctor. So that didn't help me at all.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do? I mean, what do people out here do?
Well, the people out here, some of them have cars, some of them don't have cars. And that becomes a big problem when you have to depend on someone to take you where you need to go. The buses pass. The bus may pass every 2 hours if you're on time to try to catch it. If you miss that bus, you got to sit down and wait. And we don't have any kind of service like that back here. Since Katrina, we have went down. Now, I never lived in the East before, but I'm finding out what's going on. And like I tell everybody, I live in the country and I go to town.
Uh, so how far away is your doctor, your primary care doctor?
My primary care doctor is on Patania Street, the 3600 block of Patania Street. I live at 9640 Haynes Boulevard, and that's a long way for me.
You have a car?
It's at least 10 miles plus.
Mm-hmm.
Now you double that up.
Right. You have a car?
Yes, I do.
So you don't have to, at least not dependent on public transportation.
I don't have to depend on it, but sometimes I don't want to drive, and I'm not in good shape to drive because I'm a kidney transplant, and I don't feel like driving. So I have to call my grandson, get him to try to come early in the morning. His mama drop him. It's just like they said, I'm going to start taking shots. Well, I don't like shots, but I'm going to have to take them because I'm a kidney transplant. So I made arrangement with him. He'll bring me. His mom will pick him up from my house, but I'm not going to drive that car from that distance. Like I said, even if you have a car, you need some type of arrangement because you're not in good health to drive those cars.
So what kind of problems has, I guess, the lack of access to care, lack of immediate access to care?
There's none in the East. There's none. When I say none, I mean that. There's nothing. Nothing out here for us.
So,
There's no super mall. There's nothing. No shopping mall. There's nothing out here. Corner grocery stores. You go to the corner grocery store, you might walk out there with a half a bag. You done paid almost $50 for that half a bag. People need transportation to go to the big supermarket, especially the people on fixed income to make big grocery. You keep going to that corner grocery store, that check is going to run out by the 15th, if not the 10th, of each month I'm speaking. So we need help. H-E-L-P, bad.
So what kind of problems does this lack of access to care cause? I mean, there's no emergency rooms near here, right?
Well, they call that an emergency clinic, but that's not a clinic to me because if you couldn't assist me in what I needed, it was my hand, it was something wrong with my right arm, and they didn't have an x-ray machine in there. So therefore I had to wait and go up to my doctor to get his permission and get a slip to go to the x-ray room. I thought it was equipped. They said emergency. You don't have an x-ray room in there. What do you have?
So do you know of other people how this has affected them?
Yes. They have people from New Orleans East, a lady, and this is the truth. I could get her to tell you. She's lost a grandbaby. Her daughter was pregnant. Couldn't get her to the hospital on time. The cord was tied around the baby's neck, and the baby died. Those are just some fact people tell us. An elderly man said if he could have got on top of the interstate, he could have saved his wife's life. But he couldn't drive on the interstate because that's too fast for him. So he had to stay down. And the time he got to the hospital, his wife was dead. And these are sad stories that we have to listen to. These are sad stories. We don't want to listen to things like that. They should have had something here for us immediately, the people of New Orleans East. Now, I just moved down here after Katrina. I never did stay down here before. But before, you had 2 hospitals. Now you have none. And that's what I'm not understanding. Why why we don't have one, and one should have been running up immediately after Katrina for all these people that moved back here. At least one. In that emergency room, it doesn't work for me.
Anything else?
Well, like I said, when I get sick, I don't even try the emergency room. Call my daughter. Somebody come pick me up, and you bring me way uptown, 3600 block of Britannia Street, which is where Two Row is located. That's the hospital I go to, and all my doctors, most of them is located in that area.
That's where you had your kidney transplant over there?
No, it was at Mercy Hospital, which was open before Katrina.
wow.
Yeah, Mercy Hospital, Mercy Baptist. And I'm 13 years with the transplant, and you know I want to save it, so I got to go way up there, 3600 block of Britannia Street. That's my doctors.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.